Hi all, welcome again, and we'll start our first session of the day with Ahmedabad chapter, which is on career growth by increasing your impact, influence, and value by Vishal Kulukshetra, who is a director program at Happiest Mind Technology. I request Kushu Doctor to come on mic and camera, and over to you, Kushu Doctor.
Hi guys, good morning. Like I am thrilled to see so many participants on the call today on a Sunday morning. So thank you all for joining this session. Now let me tell you a secret. I have seen this session before and particularly very impressed by what Vishal is about to see. The real core of this session is about that career growth is not just about salary. And what is it that can lead to career growth, and how can people, youngsters, really, or even experienced people, think and plan about their career growth? So a lot of thought and amazing content has gone into creating this presentation. So Vishal, thank you for taking such a complex uh, topic to speak about it. So I will not let out any more secrets, but an amazing session is about to start. So everyone, thanks for your attention. Thanks for your time. Over to you, Vishal.
Thank you, Dr. Vishu, and thank you, Agile Network India, for giving me an opportunity. I'm audible?
Yes, Vishal, loud and clear. Very, very, very clear.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. So, uh, so thanks, Agile Network India, and thanks everyone joining on Sunday. And I'll try my level best to share a good content, so you can have some fruitful outcome on your Sunday sacrifice. Uh, Career growth is, as Dr. Khushru was saying, like career growth is despite our position or the experience or the tenure, whether we are a fresher or the seasoned player or experienced one, career growth is an important aspect, and we are always struggling with it. Uh, we are always having a challenge, and we are always thinking towards the career growth, how we can grow in our career, and we are making all efforts, like we are putting our best efforts to finish our work. We are putting our best knowledge to bring good outcome. We are trying to build our network. We try to make everyone happy. I mean, we do a lot of things to grow our career. And so it's not a story of any younger one or any experienced one. It's story of everyone. It's story of mine, story of yours, and story of whoever is working in this professional works. So today, I'll just try to give you the different perspective of the career growth. So in any organization, we are surrounded by the different kind of people, and I'll just give you some couple of scenarios. And these scenarios can be related to directly related to us, or we may see with the different people, our colleagues, friends, and relatives. Yeah. So let me start with the first character which we can see in any organization. It's like a Munna. He's a fresher. He's a person who is making lot of efforts. He's tried to learn things. He tried to do things, and he tried to make everyone happy. But the biggest problem is no one is trusting him for any assignment. You must have seen people like him surrounding you. They are coming from the college, or they have or they might be having a 1 year or 2 year of experience, and they are doing their best, but still they are not getting any assignment. No one is trusting them. Whenever they are looking for any assignment, they are being called like, just wait for some time, we'll give you something. And they are not able to understand why it is happening, why people are not trusting them. Then we may have you may have seen the people like Raju. Those are trained to be the ninja. They are the expert. People like, if I say in terms of tenure, people having experience of 6 years, 8 years, 10 years. So people like Raju, they are the domain expert. They know what needs to be done. Many times they are being liked by the colleagues, seniors, superiors, and they are getting the appreciation, and they try to manage everything independently. But unfortunately, he's also not satisfied because management is not thinking about his promotion. He's working from last 8 years, 9 years. You must have seen people like this. Those are working for a long tenure and they are expecting to be promoted as a manager, as a leader, where people can report to them. But they are not getting the chance. They are not getting, despite having all appreciation, all encouragement, but management is not making them as a manager. Then we have people like maximum guy. भगवान का दिया इनके पास सब कुछ है. They have he has top position. 100 plus people are reporting. This is a one fact. Like in India, until unless people are not reporting to you, and number of people are not reporting, you don't feel there is a growth in a career. So he has everything, but the problem is no one is respecting him. You must have seen people like a maximum guy surrounding you in your organization or in your friend's organization, where people are sitting on a top position, but they're not getting the respect. The people down the line are saying like, "Isko kuch aata nahi hai," or he's just micromanaging the things. He's just giving nonsense suggestions. These type of things you must have seen. And then we have a big boss in office who is the, you can consider him as a owner of organization or the leader of organization. He's the best person. He does multitasking. He knows everything. He's like a hero. Means whenever there is any problem, he's always try to jump into it, try to solve the problems. He has a big team of loyalists who those are committed to him. I mean, whatever he say, they are fulfilling those needs, and he's always offering his coaching, guidance, mentorship, even if someone is not asking. But the problem is neither employees nor customers are happy, which is resulting in a not a good business. So you must have seen all type of these personas in your organization, in your surrounding. And then the problem comes, people are not having the position and titles are not happy, and people are having the position and titles are also not happy. So, what we have seen is the example of Munna or Raju. They want to go up, but somehow they are not getting the opportunity. And people, those are sitting on top, already they got the opportunity, but not happy with the growth which they are getting. So, I mean, whenever we see such situation, even with ourselves or with someone else, we always have something to be blamed, because we see in our organization, in our company, like someone is younger, got promoted, uh, someone is joined 3 months back or 4 months back, 6 months back, he or she got promoted. Someone is getting good appreciation, but it still is not getting the profile. So there is always a something or other thing to be blamed. I mean, because we feel like due to my colleague, due to my boss, due to my company, I'm not getting the good opportunity. So we always have someone to blame, either the company policy, the organization culture, the politics surrounding us, colleagues, boss. But the if you see all these factors, most of the time we are blaming these factors. And if you see, all these factors are the external factor. Nothing is in your control. You can't control your organization policy. You can't change it. You can't avoid the politics. Politics is a matter of survival. Means by nature we are human. So less or high means will always be carried out with the politics. There will always be a competition with our colleagues. There will always be the organization culture, the way company works, the way your manager or your leader works. So there will always be, I mean, all these external factors are going to impact your growth. But the question is, because these are the external factors, and we can't control these factors, then is our career growth is entirely depending on these factors? Can't we have our control on our own career growth? Because we have been taught that the career growth is always a change of designation. So until unless we don't become a manager or deputy manager or the area manager, general manager, we do not have a career growth. The typical structure is the hierarchy where we are being taught like once you are executive, then you become the supervisor, then middle management, senior executives, or the if we give in terms of developer, senior developer, team lead, project manager, and so on and so forth. So does it mean the career growth? Let me give you the one example. Uh, for example, I'm having almost 22 year of experience in IT, and right now I'm working with a big organization as a director. And if I go in any small organization or the startup, I may get the opportunity of working as a CEO or CEO with the same experience, same knowledge, same education, same expertise. And if I go in much bigger organization, I may get the opportunity of working as a program manager. So if you see, despite having the same skill set, same level of experience, my designation and position gets changed based on to the organization. So title does not reflect our growth. Most of the time, maximum people are getting derived that position and titles are the actual growth. Until unless the manager things doesn't get associated with us, we do not have any growth. So that is the biggest myth which I just wanted to break. Like changing the designation, getting a fancy or zedgy title or the job title is not an actual growth. Because if you change the organization, depending on to the size of organization, your title can get changed. That doesn't mean these titles are giving you a growth. So what actually the growth is? Can we have a growth regardless of our position, regardless of our title? Is there any a secret? Yes, there is a secret. Using that, you can grow in your career. You can easily achieve the goals which you want, regardless of whatever your position is, whatever your title is being given to you. So these are the four parameters which helps you to grow in your career. The first thing is the influence. How you are making an influence to your teammates, to your customer, to your organization. So if you're able to manage your influence, there's a career growth. It will help you to grow in your career. The perspective, which is the most important thing, perspective means how you are increasing your perspective from like once in initial days of career, our perspective is always limited. We are always living in world of our technical domain. We see things from the our domain perspective. But as we move into a move ahead in our career, our perspective should get changed. If you're not able to change the perspective, then you must have seen the people like saying he doesn't understand what the customer is saying. He doesn't understand even if his manager what his employees are saying. So that's mean you're limited with the perspective. So if you're not able to change the perspective, it's an impact on your career growth. And the third parameter comes with the complexity. I mean, what kind of complex task you are taking, what kinds of complex assignment and projects you are taking, how efficiently you are executing those things. I have seen many people are saying, भाई अपना तो इतना ही position है, so that's a reason I don't take much work, I don't take the complex job. That is the entirely a wrong approach. And then the last thing comes the impact. So what impact your work is making, how you're making an impact on your customers by your influence, by your perspective, what value you are generating, what is the end of the day you are bringing on a table. So I'll be talking about the career growth in the rest of the session using these four parameters, and will try to break the myth that the position and titles are not the career growth. Career growth is more about creating your own impact, your influence, and creating the value. Because all these four parameters are in your control. It's not like your boss is going to control, your organization is going to control, or your colleague is going to control. These are all actionable parameters, actionable things which you can take to grow your career. So moving ahead, sorry, uh, let me ask you one question. What is the, just thought over it, what is the common between the owner or the CEO of, or the leader of the organization and person down the line working? So what is the common? The common thing is everyone is contributing, top to down, irrespective of their position, is on whatever position or title they are bringing, but everyone is contributing. And what is uncommon? I mean, what is the uncommon when they are contributing? So the uncommon is the way they are contributing. So everyone is contributing in a different way. And what is this way? Way is nothing but a skill set. So based on our skill set, we are contributing towards the organization. So the answer is, for our career growth, whatever the anxieties we have, whatever the queries we have, whatever the concerns we have, the simple answer is the contribution. So our growth is depending on the contribution, what kind of contribution we make. And as we have seen, everyone is contributing, but the way they are contributing, and the way is nothing but a skill set. Based on that, they are contributing. That's decide your growth. So still, are you thinking like the change of position is a career growth? No, change of position is not a career growth, because we have seen the maximum guy. He is on top position. Uh, people are reporting to him. People are reporting to him. But sorry, I thought a message for me. So people are reporting to him, and still he's not getting the respect. And person who is sitting on top, despite having his the coaching, the guidance, or becoming a hero for the entire organization, but still people are not happy. The employees are not happy, the partners are not happy, the customers are not happy. Then what is the point of having just the title and not getting the actual job satisfaction or the growth in a career? So there is a research and which says, doesn't matter what domain you are, doesn't matter in which industry you are working, uh, because the title, the job description may get changed based on to the organization, based on to the domain, based on to the industry. But there are only four stages of career. Whether you are working in a banking domain, you are working in an IT industry, you are working in a construction industry, any professional will have only four stages of career. And these stages are nothing but depending on your contribution. So these stages start with, the first stage of our career is always when we start our career, we take the guidance of others, we take the help from others. So that stage is contribution through dependency, contribution through guidance. So everyone like enters in professional life with this first stage. And then the second stage comes contributing independently. So once you get the guidance, once you and then over a period you excel in your domain, in your industry, then you are the sound professional. You know what needs to be done. You have that all expertise, all knowledge to perform your duties. So it's a, you don't need any guidance. You don't need any help. You are able to contribute independently. And then the third stage comes, which is contributing through others. So once you rise from the like independently contributing, then you get the skills where you are now contribute. You are not directly contributing, but you are contributing through others. And don't just align with the job title like manager. People are reporting. I mean, it is not necessary. We'll discuss in the others part of the session. It is not necessary until unless people are not reporting to you. You will not be able to contribute through others. You can still contribute through others, even people are not reporting to you. And then the final stage comes, contributing through vision, contributing through strategies. We have seen many leaders in world, like we have Steve Jobs, the one of the biggest example, where he influenced the entire industry. Like before 2007, no one was knowing that the mobile will change the entire world, the way we think, the way we do the business. Earlier, we were thinking like internet is the last thing which has changed the entire world. Although Microsoft brought the mobile in 2001 and 2002, but they were not able to visualize what the future is coming. And the Steve Jobs came in a market, and through his vision, he created the entire ecosystem where everyone is getting benefited. Everyone is seeing like they have their own say, they have their own benefits. Like developers are able to uh, develop the application, publishers are able to publish the content, and consumers are able to utilize that content. So he created the entire ecosystem, and if you see, we have many examples. Those are contributing through their vision, and these people doesn't need like people are directly reporting to them or they are directly instructing to the other people. And research say only 5 to 10% people reaches on the fourth stage, and maximum people end up their career with the third, or many people end up their career in the second stage, in the second stage. So let me elaborate the each stage, and please just message me if I'm going very fast. So the first stage is contributing through dependency. So in this stage, you are the greatest learner. You try to learn things. You take the guidance of people, and we start with our work with the small and with the small task, and then slowly and gradually, as we learn the things, we start taking the more complex work. And the most important thing of this phase is we need to learn not only the work, but we also need to learn how in what time we can finish it and what quality we can produce it. So that is the first stage of your career when you are contributing through dependently. The stage two is where you are independently contributing. So you must have seen in your organization, like there are people, I'm not just quoting them in terms of the tenure, but there are people who are independent. You can say people like designers, people like tech lead, people like architects, or there are different people, and they know what needs to be done. They don't need any guidance. They are expert, and they have that the credibility. Like you trust on them. Like if you're assigning some task to them, then they have that reputation that they don't need to be monitored. They don't need to be observed. Once you have given the work and whatever expectation you are setting, according to that, that work is being done. And they are well connected with the internal stakeholders, internal team members. Like if they are facing any challenges, they can bring those people and get things done. So that is the stage two where you are contributing independently. And the third stage comes when you're contributing to others. So by that time, your skills are not just improved in the horizontal way, means now it is increasing in a vertical way. And now you start thinking in terms of the customer perspective, the business perspective. You're not just limited with your technical domain. You start seeing the customer challenges or market challenges. And in this phase, like when you're contributing to others, yes, obviously one thing is as a manager, another is like mentor or the idea leaders. You must have seen in your organization, the certain consultant positions are there, there are architects are there. Those are helping others to perform their job. For example, uh, the chartered accountant, and we are always connected with the chartered accountant. They are helping us to achieve and maintain our financial goals. No one is reporting them, but they have that expertise. They are mentoring us. They are giving us the ideas. They are giving us the thought like how we can manage our finances. In typical software organization, we do have software architects, the technical architects. Those are not directly working with the people. Means, the teams or the project managers are not directly reporting to them, but they have the expertise. They whatever work they produce, that is impacting others. Like they are making others' life easy. So, like in simple terms, if you are contributing through others, the major thing is how you are helping others to achieve their day-to-day tasks, to achieve their own work. And then like from stage two, where you are well connected with the internal stakeholder, now you are increasing your network with your skills and to get things done to support your team members. So that is the third stage of your career. And the fourth stage of career, where your role is influencing people with your vision, influencing people what you see, means, so, and how you are aligning people with your vision. So everyone has their own goals, everyone want to achieve something or other in their life, and then people on this stage four, they see like how they can align these pupils where they can achieve their own goal, and then they can also achieve what vision they are anticipating. So that is the stage four. And in this stage, they are not competing with the people. They are promoting people. They are promoting the ideas. We have listened so many stories about Google or many other organizations where they are internally promoting people to come up with the ideas, come up with the different business unit, come up with the business ideas. So this is how people are contributing in this stage. So these are the four stages where people spend their professional life into the different buckets and grow in their career. And when you're behaving, when you're doing the expected work from these stages, then you can claim, yes, you are in the stage one, stage two, stage three, or stage four. And just wanted to repeat, these stages doesn't represent your job title. You may have different job title, but working in a different stage. So there can be some level of relationship between the titles, but it is not directly related with the title. So moving ahead, what are the key dimensions when you're working in these stages, stage one, two, three, and four? What are the performance expectation and what is the major transition issue? So I'll start with the stage one where you're contributing with the guidance. So building credibility is the biggest challenge in this stage, because if you are not a good learner, you are not asking a question, you are not taking an interest, you are not willing to learn the things. That is the biggest challenge will come, and this is the expectation, like how you are learning the thing, how you are excelling in your domain, how you are excelling in your industry expertise. And the biggest challenge, the transition issue comes when you're contributing independently. Recognize the need of dependence. Like once you start excelling, you need to know where you need the guidance and where you don't need the guidance. So making that decision, like in up to what level you have to take the guidance, that is the major transition issue. That's where we have seen Munna, like no one is trusting him, no one is recognizing him to give the more complex assignment, because he's not sure about whether he need guidance or whether he doesn't need the guidance. So no one wants to take the risk. And when you are coming in the stage two, then you must have seen of people, they have good experience, they have good expertise, and we expect them to apply those things. And they always claim like they are the expert, they know everything, but the expectation is how to apply those expertise, which can benefit the team member, which can benefit to the organization, which can benefit to the business and customer. So that is the performance expectation when you're working in a stage two. And then the major transition issue is what I have seen many people having the the expertise like ninja or the domain expertise, still they are not able to make any decision. They still do not have that confidence. If they are doing this task, they'll be able to finish it. So accepting that independence, because people are expecting like you will be behaving or working independently, but they are not. So that is the major transition issue when you are working in a stage two. And the stage three, the performance expectation is not managing others, but how you are developing others. Because by this time, you have gained the expertise, you have gained the knowledge of your domain, and you have all in depth of it. Now, how you are utilizing that knowledge to developing others, that is the performance expectation. I could remember one instance in one of my organization. There was a one brilliant UX or UI designer who used to design different mobile application, web application, and having 8, 9 or year of experience. And after spending so much of time during appraisal, he shared his desire like, now I want to become a manager. I want that to manage the team of people. Then management said, okay, no problem, because you are performing so well, so we can promote you. And then he was promoted. And after 3 months, he was so frustrated. And then when someone asked, like, why you are so frustrated? Then he said, till last 3 months, everyone was appreciating my efforts, whatever work I was doing. Everyone was saying, like, it's wow. Now everyone is blaming me. People are blaming me that you are not able to train your people. And his concern was like, how I can train people, and that is their responsibility. Means if they do not have that skill, how I can do it. So this was the expectation, and still he was in the stage two where he was just finishing his job. Now he's in stage three, although he's having a title and designation, but he doesn't have that interest or maybe the skill set to develop other. And now the expectation changed. Now no one is seeing him as an individual contributor. No one is seeing him as a domain expert. Now people are seeing him how you can develop the similar kind of skill set, similar kind of passion in others. So that is the major transition issue, accepting this responsibility on behalf of others. Because that is the biggest dilemma which I have seen in people once they become manager, and if they are not able to perform, and the biggest challenge is because now the perspective is changed. Now management is expecting, boss, now you are developing others. So that is the major transition issue. And the last stage of career is contributing strategically or through vision. The how you are giving the direction, how you are setting the agendas, how you are driving the people. I mean, that is the expectation. Means expectation from down the line, or your shareholders, or your or from your board, like how you are giving the direction. And then the second thing comes, the major transition issue is the thinking in long term vision, and what kind of the tough decision you need to make. That is the major transition issue when people are moving into a stage four. So how do you move to the different stages? So if you are in stage one, as I was discussing in previous slides, you need to be more, you have to have a curiosity about the subject. You have to ask more questions, relevant questions. You have to see how you can develop your expertise in your domain, and how you can collect the feedback and you can apply those feedback, and then how you can get more challenging work, more complex work, so you can build a confidence, you can build a trust amongst your team members, amongst your superior, so-called superiors, like you are ready to take a task which is required for a next level. The stage two is when you're in stage two, how you can move to the next stage where you are contributing through others. Again, it's how you can improve your contribution by taking more challenging projects, more bigger assignments, and then applying your all skills, all thoughts to deliver the best thing. And then how you're not just focusing on your work or the technical skill, you're also increasing your network. So even if you don't know anything, you can take the help of others and get things done without any guidance, without any supervision. You are able to perform, you're able to deliver. And this is how you will be able to help the people those are in stage three, who can trust you, who can depend on you. So this is how you can move into a stage three. And the stage three, how you can move in a stage four or the next stage, or how you can excel even into the stage three. The biggest challenge which I see is people are not letting go their whatever activities they were doing in stage two. That is the biggest challenge which I see. People are more keen to doing their own. I mean, they less believe in delegation. They less believe in coaching others. They feel like why I need to waste my time to teaching him. Let me do it all these activities. So if they are having this activity of behavior of doing everything their own, then they don't get the time of leadership activity. They don't get time to coach other people, to mentor other people. And they still, although they claim to be in stage three, but behaving like stage two, where they are doing all those activity. So that also restrict from them to increase their business perspective. They are still working in those technical nitty gritty, or not able to think from the business perspective. So all these things needs to be built up when you are in a stage two. Let it go some of the activity. Your major focus is building others, coaching others, find out the things which can help your team members. And then the stage four, how someone can survive or thrive in stage four is becoming a leader, becoming a vision narrator, where people can see what you are able to see, and people can align themselves with that vision. People can see they can able to achieve their own goal. So that is the stage four expectation. Stage four expectation is not doing about the some task. It's not about managing the people. It's all about how you are helping your entire organization and entire people by collecting or by managing all the resources and providing them so they can excel in their stages. That is the things to be done to move in through this stage and survive in through this stage. So these were the things which one has to do. And what are the misalignment? The misalignment is when you are in stage one. The biggest misalignment is taking a shortcut. I've seen many people after spending 1 year or 2 years not having a proper hands-on, they try to jump onto the so-called position, and where they don't get the hands-on experience, they avoid learning, they avoid like building the skill, getting the domain expertise. So that is the biggest misalignment which I see in stage one. The stage two, the biggest misalignment is not having the confidence whatever the work the people are doing, not, and taking the permission, taking the assurance from your other people, like shall I do this? If I do this, so that is the biggest misalignment. Like people fear in taking the ownership, taking the accountability, and if they fear all those things and not taking the accountability and always seeking for permission, they will remain in stage two, or maybe like going towards the stage one. And then the misalignment when people are working in stage three is they are so busy. I have seen managers, whenever their people are approaching them for any guidance, for any mentorship, they are busy. They're saying, my calendar is full, I'm not able to spend the time. So if someone is raising a question, someone is raising a doubt, they see always like it's a interaction. They see like why people are asking these questions, and uh, if someone is coming with the challenge, some or require the assistance, they try to do by own means rather than teaching them, rather than coaching them. So that is the biggest problem with the stage three. People like try to develop control C and control V, copy and paste, developing followers, not developing individual contributor. So that is the misalignment when people are in stage three. So you may have seen people, if we see from the perspective of designation and title, they may be carrying out a manager or lead profile, but still doing the activities of stage two. And then when you are in stage four, uh, the biggest misalignment here is working towards short-term goals, short-term gains, not having the visibility what future is demanding, what business is demanding. And if you are just self-driven and see from only from your perspective, not taking the view of your 360-degree angle perspective, that is the biggest misalignment we see when people are working strategically. Oh, sorry, in stage four. So, how the transformation happens? So, does it mean like stage one, stage two, stage three, and stage four? No, these are not the designation where you are like one, two, three, and four. We have seen many people, they are becoming directly the leader from stage one to stage three. So, there's so many examples. So, it is not like a junior developer, senior developer, or leader. So this transformation happens in three the areas, like relationship. So your relationship becomes with the others. I'm not just saying the superiors, but your surrounding. Your relationship becomes dependent to independent to interdependent. So this is how your relationship gets in. So if you want to transform, then you have to also change the relationship. You can't have the nature of uh, having a dependent relationship, always asking for a permission from your manager or from someone else, and then try to be become in stage three or stage four. Your task will be also changing. Your project will also be changing, like basic, routine to more complex and ambiguous. I've seen many people in stage three, they are always complaining, like managers or leads, I do not have the visibility. Until unless I don't get the visibility, I'll not be able to perform. I'll not be able to finish my job. Because now we are in stage three or stage four. Your job is to clear the ambiguity. Your job is to make things easier and from the complex. But still, you are complaining those things, and you want the full clarity before performing any task. That's when you are in stage one or two. So your task will get changed. I mean, for example, we must have seen in any of the organization, salespeople, the sales head is always being asked to forecast the sale for next year. It's ambiguous task, but still he forecasts and then make a plan to achieve that thing. No one is going to come to him and give the clarity that this is how it is going to be. So if you are afraid from the complex and ambiguous stuff, then you are not meant for the stage three or stage four, or probably you are not on those stage, although your title is claiming to it. And then the perspective, the from narrow to broad, technical to the more strategic, and short term to long term. Like if I see in my domain, my industry, uh, initially when we are in development or initial stage of a career, we always think software in terms of features, in terms of technology, how best we can do using this technology. But many times we forget that essence, that it is not solving the customer problem. So in whatever domain or industry we are working, if my work is not solving the customer problem, then what is the purpose of doing that work? If my work is not generating the value, what is the purpose of doing that work? So it's a matter of perspective, because in the initial stage of career, you won't be able to see from the customer perspective that the thing which you need to develop. And if you're not able to develop, you're not able to change the perspective, how the customers are seeing, how your shareholders are seeing, then it's a challenge. It's a challenge of transition from stage, from between the stages. So these are the things which is going to help you. It's a behavioral shift. Like, you have to change the relationship. You have to see the relationship from the different perspective. You have to attempt more complex and ambiguous work. You have to change the perspective. So these are the things which is going to help you the transformation. And according to the research,
Vishal, we have wind up. Can you wind up, please?
yeah. So I think I have 5 minutes, or
Yeah, we'll
uh,
have some question answers. So just,
so I'll just finish in 2 minutes.
yeah.
Okay. So quickly, these are the transformation. You can see from 1 to 5 years, to 8 to 10 years, and 20 years, and there will always be a overlapping thing, and which takes time. And then I'll just quickly go through with the logical thing. It is not just a soft skill presentation. So, for example, Y is you, N is number of people. Either you are taking, you are influencing, or you are getting influenced by them, and what value you are creating. So, in stage one, your value is always depending the number of people you are taking the guidance. So, if number of people are guiding you, you are depending on them, definitely your value is going to be down. And in stage two, the expectation is your value is always equivalent to the scale or your expertise you have. And when you are in stage three, your expectation is your value, you will be able to multiply by the numbers. And then in stage four, you have to do exponential growth by making your influence and by impacting, by creating the value. And just skipping the recap, this is fine. Yeah, that's it, Dr. Krishu. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Vishal, for this amazing session. Before we close up, there are a few questions, and the one question that is really very important for us to answer right now, and using your experience in short, you can explain is, in this world of remote working, how does all this work?
Correct. Due to this pandemic,
Yeah.
we are working remotely. And I think I'll just quickly summarize it, because I'm also facing this problem. Now, you do not have one-to-one interaction and the one-to-one FaceTime with everyone. So come out with the calendar meetings, come out with the scheduled meeting, and have a one-to-one either phone or the conference with them, where you are seeing each other. Because I have seen in these days people are avoiding the connect, and they're just limited with the calendars and everything. So have a one-to-one interaction with them. That is the solution which I see.
Yeah. So another question that has come is, how do you deal with a overly controlling boss in an organization?
Okay. So overly controlling boss, you can't control your boss. I mean, he is whatever the way he or she is. So you can't control him, but you can be more proactive, and you can see his nature, and you can increase your influence. I mean, not just focus on boss, but focus on your colleagues, focus on other people, because you always get the opportunity to work with the different people. So try to build up a repo with the other people, and automatically it will dilute the impact of your manager.
Thank you very much, Vishal, for this insightful session that you took on a Sunday morning. Like for me, this session has a lot of carryaways. And This is a session, according to me, that should be taught in all organizations. When people literally ask for at the performance appraisal time, it is one of the most difficult times in any organization for any managers. Whether I'm doing an appraisal for somebody else or I'm getting appraised myself, both the times we face a lot of
Yeah,
problems. And it
correct.
was amazing when you said that we always look to blame others, which is a very common thing that happens again at both the ends. The others blaming us because they don't get promoted, and we blaming our managers when we ourselves don't get promoted. So it's typically a chicken and hen story which we have never understood. So giving this literally a mathematical spin at the end of the session, where you put a formula as to how at various levels you can literally count your value, was most interesting. And when you talk about the four parameters of influence, perspective, complexity, and impact, everyone can really use this as a matrix to create their own value chart, to find out where they are, how they can contribute, and how they can grow in the organization. The final thing, as you have very well mentioned, role is not equal to growth. you can
Right.
you can really take whatever role you want. I usually tell my in my organization, take whatever role you want, but perform at that role. And
Yeah,
I as we were
contribution matters.
contribution matters. So I had told you at the time when we were talking personally, is I met an organization, a very beautiful organization based in New York, where they had only three hierarchies. You join as
Right.
a junior, you're promoted as a vice president, and then you are the CXO. So there is nothing in between. So everyone working at these three levels, everyone has the freedom of taking whatever role you want. But in a society that is so very well driven with labels, we usually try to fight for those labels, though at the end of the day, labels don't matter. How does an
Correct.
assistant vice president or a deputy vice president differ from a vice president? So there is none of those differences that matter. So yes, points very well brought in. Thank you very much, Vishal. And thanks everyone for attending this session.